Okay. So good evening, everybody. Welcome to Feelings of the Geekiary. This is our Star Wars holiday special.
Yay!
It's kind of a last minute thing. We wanted to make sure we could get a few people together to talk about Star Wars, pretty soon after it aired. But I am Tara, along with fellow host Vaughn and special guest Becca, who is another Geekiary staff writer. And we are fans. We have a lot of Star Wars feelings, and this is where we're going to webcast about them.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. So, friendly reminder that this is also a podcast, so please subscribe to us on iTunes so you don't miss any of our feelings. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember that this is recorded live, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us any technical difficulties or accidental swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag Geekiary feelings, or come on, how will we know we're wrong unless you tell us?
We'd like to remind all of you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. So I'll just put this out there real quick. You can find all of our Star Wars coverage, which right now there's been like 3 articles within the past 4 or 5 days at thegeekiary.com/tag/star-wars. So it's basically you go to our website and you put tag /star-wars in the finder, and that will bring up our most recent Star Wars coverage, which includes a movie review and an article about some theories that have cropped up already and whatnot. So, Vaughn, you can talk about the next thing because this is, yeah.
Okay, well, it's Star Wars broke box office records.
Are we surprised?
Surprising no one. But, it's nice, I suppose. I mean, people keep saying that no one goes to the movies anymore, except they keep making more money. And they also say that people will not go to see movies with leads that are women or people of color, and that kind of didn't happen this time. So, I mean, I'm not particularly surprised, and I don't think really anyone is particularly surprised that Star Wars kind of blew box office records out of the way, but it's a thing that happened, so yay!
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Although I did see, I think it was the LA Times article about it was saying that it broke all of the North America records and everything, but it broke the first day opening records, but it didn't break the worldwide records because it hasn't. I mean, they're saying it's like 508 billion or whatever to 514 billion or something, 517 billion that Jurassic World got. But Jurassic World apparently opened in China when it opened everywhere else, and Star Wars isn't opening there until January 9th.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm a little I'm wondering if they're going to take that into account, because that kind of doesn't.
I read that it had overtaken Jurassic World, but I'm not 100% sure.
It has. I just read an article actually on the way over here, and it said that it had beat it.
Even
it beat
worldwide?
the opening. They're not counting. They're not counting China.
Yeah.
But it has. Including their China, like they included China in the
so if they
in the the worldwide opening, they've everywhere else China excluded, it's already broken Jurassic World. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, it's broken the world. It's broken the record.
I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, not surprised, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it really the big kind of thing was that it broke all the records for the Thursday. So many people went to see it on that first day, which is 50, the first weekend's usually really big, but going to that first
wasn't it 50 million in pre-sale tickets or something?
Yeah,
I don't know, but they don't ever name what the record is until after the, because people do buy tickets that day somehow. I mean, I don't know how, because everything here was sold out, but with the Thursday ones, I do know that it almost doubled the previous IMAX opening, which I think was Avatar. It was 5 million or whatever to 3.7 million in the same number of theaters or whatever. But yeah,
this is just the article about it whenever we get a chance.
But yeah, so it beat the IMAX ones too, which they count separately apparently. I don't know. and they account for inflation. That's a big thing because they usually don't bother doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'd have to because otherwise it'd just take over everything.
Yeah. You saw it before we did, didn't you?
Yeah, our movies come out on Thursdays, so I saw it on like the Wednesday night, and because like timing, that means I saw it over 24 hours before you guys, I think.
Did you was it like a midnight screening or?
Yeah. No, midnight screening, which is, it was nice. I've done all the Star Wars midnight screenings. Well, not all of them, obviously, not the original 3 because I wasn't alive.
Time traveler.
But yeah, if I could time travel, that would be where I would be going. But no,
yeah.
Did you guys do the midnight screening?
They don't. If I had seen it at midnight, then I would have seen it 5 hours later than I could have. I went to a 7 p.m. Yeah, the first showing when a movie opens here, it's like it technically opens on Friday, but like for so many years now they've been pushing back. I mean, the last midnight screening I went to was I think the last Harry Potter movie.
Oh, okay. Because we went to Mockingjay, was like a 7 o'clock. No, it was 9 something. The day before.
Yeah, but I mean, they keep, whenever a movie is opening on a Friday, they push back. Like they've been doing it for years now. At first it was like you had to go at midnight. Then there were like 11 o'clock showings. Then there were like 10 o'clock showings because they ended at midnight. And now you can go at 7 like it's a normal, like you're a normal person.
I think that's a bit silly. I like that. Like, I mean, I don't do a lot of midnight screenings, but like I like that. I think because it's a bit of effort that you have to go to stay up and to plan.
Oh, yeah.
And to go out in the middle of the night. And I think that kind of like creates a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. And that's the thing. Like they really don't do them over here anymore. So it has been a very long time since I went to a true midnight screening. And I would have for this. I mean, I absolutely would have, but I didn't have to.
Pretty sure it was Harry Potter, and before that it was probably Twilight.
Oh,
the first one. I was like 18, I was allowed to. So
my first midnight screening was The Phantom Menace, and I was 12.
Oh, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I was about 12, and I went to a midnight screening that was amazing. And then when I was 15, I went to the Clone Wars one, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I was.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't go to the Phantom Menace one because I don't think I had my license yet, and my parents wouldn't bring me, and like none of my friends were into Star Wars, sadly. So I went on like Friday night for that or whatever. But I know I went to the Attack of the Clones midnight screening because I was in college. So
yeah,
I mean, again, I've been to a bunch of midnight screenings. For these movies, for Harry Potter, like. It's a thing I do for fandom things, but I'm not going to go to a midnight screening of, I don't know.
Like that new Norman, was it 999 that's coming out?
I don't know. There are a few fandoms I'll go to a midnight screening for.
Same.
And that's.
I think mine is pretty much the two fandoms that I would go to a midnight screening for is Star Wars and maybe Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like I went to the Harry Potter ones when they had midnight screenings, but like I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that for a Fantastic Beasts when it comes out, but we will see.
Yeah. I mean, like you guys saw, there's a picture circulating for a while about this guy who bought like the entire theater for himself, and everybody's like, wow. But like, I think that enjoying it with other people enhances it, because I didn't go and see it at midnight, but I went and saw it the opening day, and like I was in North Carolina with my family, and like as soon as the title started, like there was clapping and cheering and people were jumping out of their seats, and like it was just, I don't know, it was exhilarating. I don't know if that happened with you or not.
There were no jumping out of the seats or anything, but yeah, oh yeah, people were definitely like,
yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not a big fan of that usually, but this time around, I was like, everybody did everything at the same time, and it was always at the right time, and I was like, okay, no, like, yeah, this is like a good experience versus like, oh my God, don't clap at the end of this movie, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of clapping and a lot of just excitement. It was great.
I like it. I like that. Like, yeah, wouldn't like that with every movie. Like, I feel like if I saw like Mockingjay, right, and people would cheer,
yeah,
I'd feel a bit weird.
That's not really something, because like, how long has it been since Revenge of the Sith?
11 and a half years.
Yeah, so it's been a really, really freaking long time, y'all.
Yeah.
And so like, I mean, I think it was deserved. I think we were allowed to clap.
The amount of time, like it almost seems like nothing now to me, because remember when George Lucas said that we were never getting any more Star Wars? Because I do.
Yes,
and that was like, 11 and a half years ago, we thought that was all we were ever going to get.
The end of it forever.
But it wasn't. Thank God. And on that note, this brings us to do a perfect, we're just going to discuss Star Wars. which I've literally been doing for just days now.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing anybody's been talking about, which is amazing.
For real, yeah. I'm probably going to talk about it for the rest of my life and just never stop.
They're gonna be like, Grandma's talking about Star Wars again. Be like, oh well.
She's got her Tauntaun sleeping bag out.
I do. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, listen though. What had happened? What had happened was, ThinkGeek has a Tauntaun sleeping bag, and I went up to Ohio with a gathering of friends, and the friends had the Tauntaun sleeping bag, and I was like, oh, can I? It has its little zipper. And it's a lightsaber, so as you unzip it cuts the tauntaun. You could crawl inside and sleep in its guts. And it was I refused to relinquish that all weekend. That was mine, and I will get one. I will get one somehow.
They even
on my
fabric
wedding
on
registry.
The fabric on the inside is literally
it's the guts. Yeah, it's the gray slimy,
and it's so comfortable.
It is.
I love it. That's amazing.
So Star Wars product placement. ThinkGeek, send us Tauntaun sleeping bags,
please.
So do we want to get the big sad thing out of the way first?
You can talk about it. I mean, I might take a little while. I think somebody talked to me the other day before we started. Somebody asked me the other day. He said, how come this has not been spoiled and no one's talking about it? And I said, that's because no one has accepted that it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, everyone's just we're not talking about this. No one is talking about this. We're just not going to talk about it, okay?
And actually, on that note, if anybody is watching this and has not seen Star Wars, let us remind you once again that you shouldn't
turn the webcast off if you have not seen it. Turn it off. We will not blame you.
Because actually, to this point, we have not said a single thing about the plot of the movie. We've been doing really good here.
Yeah.
Because we didn't give I guess I would have assumed that people would see hear Star Wars Holiday Special and know that that's what we're talking about, but we haven't actually given a spoiler warning. So there you go, spoiler warning. Stop listening now. Big sad things happen.
Yeah. Over a bridge.
But you're right. No, it's not do you really think people haven't accepted it? Because to be honest,
it's not. I didn't know people haven't. But I accepted it. It's just this really tragic thing that I don't want to accept. Do you know what I mean? I liked it in the movie and I still like it and I don't want to change anything, right?
Right.
But I'm just I'm not going to go up to my friends and be like, so let's chat about that really horrible thing that none of us really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was writing my review, I got that out of the way. I was like, let's just get this out of the way right now because but so yes.
So I'm going to say it because it's the first time I've said it. So Han dies.
No!
And I saw it the second time and I cried the second time too.
I didn't cry the first time because I was so surprised, I think. And but then because I went and saw it with my little brother and he had seen it already. He's seen it 5 times, y'all. This kid's crazy. 5 times. And he's gone to see it and he was sitting beside me. The first time I saw it, I was like, surprise. And I didn't cry until there was Chewie or whatever and they were but the second time I saw it, I just tears just pouring down my face and they didn't stop for the whole movie. Especially when Leia puts her hand to her heart, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Goodbye.
I was more upset about Chewbacca the first time around. Today, I actually, because Chewbacca's reaction is so, it's almost cut off, honestly. Yeah. It's they cut it off to scan up to Rey and Finn. And they give Leia's reaction more time. And I guess maybe was it part of the EU where they explained that Chewbacca had that life debt bond thing with Han?
Yeah, I think it's in the extended universe somewhere. I don't think it's in the original trilogy.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
So that may be why I think it
was hinted at maybe, but I don't think they actually, I don't know.
Yeah, that may be an EU thing. And if that's the case, then that explains why they wouldn't have shown so much of Chewie's reaction. But when it happened the first time, like I was already like tearing up as it was happening. Cause I mean, as soon as he walked out on that freaking catwalk, I
knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And
That's what I
so
actually
it's like as soon as he gets stabbed, I'm like tearing up, and then you see Chewie, and I was like,
No. I didn't cry because I was just like, nah, I'm not emotionally equipped to deal with this. I'm just gonna pretend it's not happening.
And then like this time though, like Leia's reaction got me more, possibly again because Chewie's was so short, but like I was already kind of like tears a little bit from Chewie today, and then Leia, and I was like, use your nose, Sarah, it's okay. I'm sitting next to people I don't even know.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, I hope nobody sees me crying. But
I don't care. You could see me cry. I think I actually cried when I got home, like when I thought about it later. I think more than when I was actually watching it, because I was like, you know, I tend to do that more because I'm like, okay, this is happening, and you're just dealing with the movie, and it's moving so fast because the movie was really fast, and then the next thing you know, you're like, hang on a sec, that really happened. He's really dead.
Yeah.
And that's fun. He's such an important thing.
Like, I should have known. Like, I'm such, like, I'm all like me all the time. But I'm such an optimist because, like, as soon as he was like, I know what I have to do. And I was like, yes, go to the light side. No, don't laugh at me. Do not laugh at me. No. And so, like, he gives his saber to his father. And I was like, and at the very last possible moment, I realized, oh, no.
See,
Kylo Ren.
I knew what was going to happen. Like, there's a part that the majority of my brain was like, okay, so he's going to go out there and obviously he's going to kill him. There's no way that in the first movie of a trilogy, right, this guy is going to go, do you know what? Actually, light side, all I really wanted was for my dad to say, hey, come home. Like that, realistic, that's not going to happen. And if it did, I'd be like, that was a bit silly.
Yeah.
But there was this massive part of me that was like, please let that happen.
Absolutely.
Please go home.
Yeah.
And I think that says that they did it so well, because I was just like, please, come on, please. I know this is not going to happen, but I want it to.
I mean, I feel like that, because what is it that I was reading a friend's post on Tumblr, like she kind of like put all her thoughts together and was talking about how he didn't die doing a smuggling thing. He didn't die, you know, he died trying to save his son, you know, like.
Sorry, it's so sad. I don't even want to think about it, man.
Okay, well, then we talked about the thing, the big scary thing.
I still can't believe no one has like spoiled that for everyone.
Seriously.
Yeah. Like even on Tumblr, but then again, I was on Tumblr, so it's kind of like.
Oh, well, actually, no, that is not the case. It did get spoiled, but it was like it was a couple like very small, like one of my friends said it was in some, I don't even think it was it was in some fandom Facebook group with a ton of people in it, and it's not even a Star Wars fandom group, and somebody commented on a post and said like Han dies.
Oh my god. Did they kill that person?
I think the person got removed from the group.
Hopefully they got removed from life.
Removed from the group?
But Brian was telling me that he was on a fantasy football subreddit.
What?
Yes, a fantasy football subreddit, and somebody commented on a post that had nothing, like literally there was nothing to do with Star Wars. There was nothing in the comments to do with Star Wars. It was just a complete asshole commenting Han dies. Or Han gets killed by, I think it was actually more specific. I think that one was Han gets killed by Kylo. Or Kylo kills Han. And Brian knew about it like hours before he even went to the movie. I don't know. He didn't say anything to me until afterward. And I was like, well, I don't know. To be honest, like if you told me that or if I'd seen it, I would have been pissed that somebody spoiled it. But like I knew it was going to happen. Not necessarily like Kylo Ren's hand, but like I knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so it has gotten spoiled, but it seems to be really like.
No one major has kind of really put it out there.
Well, people have been really careful because they don't want to be attacked by the entire internet.
Well, to be fair, like you spoil that.
Anonymous, though. I feel like
we've had issues recently. Like I did the thing with The Walking Dead where like I put in all these paragraph breaks and like extra sentences, and then our like Facebook page, when it imported it, still smushed everything together. And like the very last line of the blurb that went with the Facebook post for the article was a spoiler. even though I put like, there were at least 2 paragraph breaks in there and like 1 extra sentence.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I can't believe it hasn't happened accidentally, you know? Like, I don't think people, like, I mean, I think at this point, people are not going to deliberately do it unless they're, like, complete horrible people. But,
Yeah.
And even if they are, then they will, like, probably die. Like, I'm pretty sure Disney, like, is listening to this conversation right now, making sure that
Yeah. No, like, I feel like that.
If you don't love this movie, our drones will come and get you. So, okay, so bad thing out of the way.
Let's go good things.
BB-8. It was so awesome. Like there were some things where I was like, okay, this is cheesy, but I'm sorry, like even when it was cheesy, I was just so in love.
I was so into it. I love her.
Wait, the little lighter thing.
Oh, it killed me.
I was like, oh, I remember watching that going, that is cheesy as fuck, and I am like sold, man. I am 100% behind it. Be more cheesy.
Well, and as much as like R2-D2 and even to an extent C-3PO were always super, super loyal to like their masters.
Right.
Whether I mean, I don't even want to use just Luke because they were to Leia as well. But like, it was what we saw in BB-8 was a dog.
It's true. It is.
It was effing Wall-E, okay, all over again.
Yeah.
It is this stupid robot that shouldn't have feelings, but then it hears its master didn't survive, and it's like, ooh, and you're like, I'm crying and scaring my cat.
Yeah, I don't know, like because at first I was kind of like, it's a robot, but I was very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. And I don't know, like I honestly, I had seen the trailer one time going into the movie and I was like, okay, it's a circle robot. It rolls. Big deal. But like, I was reading Bill Hader was one of the, for you guys who don't know, he was in Trainwreck. He's been on SNL. And he was the consultant for BB-8's voices and he played around on an iPad. But Tara's right. BB-8 was pretty much a dog. It's like Ray saves him and he's like, oh, I'm gonna follow her now. Yeah. And like, I don't know that
but even so he like never forgot about his master.
And like so much personality and those tiny little balls on top of each other, like balls.
I was thinking that too.
We're all bad. We're grown women. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and like the whole thing with him going up to R2, like he knew R2, like
well,
I know, droid friends.
Yeah, well, I mean, C-3PO knew who he was because I mean, R2's been asleep forever, but C-3PO was like, "Come on, BB-8."
Wait, how many years has it been that R2's been asleep?
It's like 20 years, I suppose, at least.
No, I think that they said that Kylo Ren is supposed to be like 30 or 31, like, or he's like 30, very late 20s, very early 30s, and I think they wanted the article that I read placed him at being like 14 or 15 when he killed all of Luke's Padawans. So that would be like 15 years, I would say at most.
Teenage boy angst.
That's crazy.
He still has it too.
This is like he got teenage boys a lightsaber.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh, we learned it with Anakin. We learned it. Well, Luke was a little different, but then we learned it.
Luke was older. He was like,
he was older. Yeah, see, right?
20s. Yeah.
It's that
like
Skywalker temper, man. They're like,
yeah, and he takes so much like. I don't know. I don't know if are we at the Kylo part of our
we haven't got a Kylo part, so we can throw it in.
Okay, well, good. Then we'll just talk about him. Yeah. And like, as soon as he took his helmet off, I was kind of like, that's Snape. Snape is in Star Wars.
Like young Snape.
He looks just like him though. The nose and like the hair. But let's
100%. It's like young Snape, and he's kind of an asshole like young Snape too.
Yeah, I am Kylo Ren trash, and I am not afraid to say it.
Like, I think my problem was like when he was talking to Han on the like when he was like throwing fits with his lightsaber every time something didn't go his way. I was like, "Am I all to be doing that?"
Yeah. But I like imagine that he kind of just stopped when he like turned and just became a teenager for life.
Well, and like when he was talking to Han on the bridge, and he was talking, and it was like the voice was Anakin's and the words were Padme's, I think. And I mean, not the same, but like very, very similar. And I was like, oh God.
Anakin,
Like,
you're breaking my heart.
yeah, like, yeah, because he said something like, it's tearing me apart with his
Anakin,
lips
you're
and his
tearing apart,
voice. And I was like, oh, I don't want to. I don't
He's
want
got that
any of
really
this.
weird, deep voice and.
Well, he only has that voice with the helmet,
No,
except for
he has like a purr. It's like this dark Sith purr. I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Maybe I'm just not as taken with this character.
I'm not taken with him at all.
No, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, and I will be glad when he dies.
Oh
But
no,
for the
you're
moment-
allowed to stand and like crush the frick out
He's-
of bad guys, man.
No,
I do it
but
all the time.
he might be the problematic fave or whatever, like John Murphy is for me in the 100. But no, there's one character who I am way more obsessed with than Kylo Ren.
But I mean, I don't know. Kylo is so you didn't, because I mean I have a lot of friends who are like, oh my God, Kylo Ren, it's the best thing ever, and I'm like,
not the best
I
thing
don't
ever.
understand.
It's
He's
just like
literally like every whingy fanboy I have ever met.
Yeah, he just needs the fedora to be like my lady.
Yes. I'm just like, oh my God. When he was like trying to get like the information out of Ray, and I'm just like, oh, shut up.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I am trash.
Like, I liked that about him because like I felt like that's exactly who the bad guy would be. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
Well, I want to know what the hell like he's been told about Vader, because he's like, I'm trying to finish what you've started.
It's like
Vader never really started anything except for trying to save his
Vader was
wife.
born exactly like you are, you idiot.
Yeah.
yeah. And he has this weird, creepy helmet burned. Like, is the head in there? Like, ooh.
How did they get it? The Death
No,
Star
the head's
blew
not.
up, man.
There's not.
I
Everything
think,
burned
yeah,
out.
I don't know. I think what it was
They brought the body back down to Endor. Sorry.
They
brought the body.
burned it, didn't they?
Yeah, they burned
They
it. Yeah.
burned it. So the body burned. The fire was hot enough that the body burned, but the metal or whatever his outfit was made out of was strong enough to withstand like complete annihilation by this fire.
Because like
But there's also, did you see like the breathing tube looking things in there?
yeah.
How did those survive?
Maybe they were made of metal.
They were magic.
Yeah, magic
that's
Star
true.
Wars tubes.
I mean, maybe that's not what they were, but like when I rewatched it today, I was like staring at the helmet, like trying to figure out.
Yeah, these things, they were like gnarly teeth, and they were like,
it looked like teeth, but some of them were like the black like venting things, but there were like two little white things that looked like breathing tubes, and I was like,
well, I'm sure someone has analyzed that. If you Google it, there will be a reason.
Google.
Although when I was writing my review, I could not find. I could not figure out how to spell Star Killer, whether it was one word or two. Nobody had like spelled that out yet. That last Thursday, they may have by now.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, all the reviews and stuff I've seen, people have been like Star Killer, one word, and then in parentheses, Star Killer.
Or they spell it Star Killer all one word, or then you go to another review and it's Star Killer 2 words. Yeah. But
I don't think there's an official spelling of it yet, but someone will ask eventually, and then everyone will be wrong. It's like spelt with a 7 K's.
Yeah, there's a 4 where the A is supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fantastic Star Killer. Oh my
All right,
God.
we should move on to a topic that is very important to us, which is obviously female representation, which we can say now is more than one character.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than one woman in the universe now, so high five, ladies.
Well, I mean, there were 3 the last trilogy, or the first trilogy, which were Mon Mothma, Beru, and Leia. They were the 3 females.
Yeah, and only one of them really kind of.
Oh yeah,
She
absolutely.
did it real fast.
Yeah. So I'm obviously being sarcastic. No, we have a Rey.
Yeah.
and that's apparently Becca's.
I love her so much. And
I love her so much too. I'm just like, I think about her and I weep every day.
I know. I just get those big heart eyes every time I think about Rey.
Oh, every time it's thinking about her is sort of like I just get chills more often than not. But like both times I watched the movie, it was like, oh my, like that was, I cried more over that than I did over Han's death. I was like, the first time I was literally, I like was on the edge of my seat with like tissues in my hand, like.
You sounded like a cat about to throw up, basically.
Yeah, like just dabbing my eyes, like please don't let my makeup run because I'm wearing like stiff makeup tonight. But yeah, it was just whenever she obviously she was a great character before you knew exactly how strong she was and everything, and of course you get that cool scene where she meld the stormtrooper,
right?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig from James Bond. Cool Easter egg.
That was all cool and everything, but oh my god, when that lightsaber whizzed past Kylo Ren's hand, and like it was just whoosh, and it's in her hand, and she's got this look on her face, and you're just like,
yes,
yeah. I was like, I wanted to like jump out, like I was frozen in like shock, but I wanted to jump up and kind of pump the air and go, yes,
woo, yes,
because we didn't know. I mean, we like all the trailers and everything showed Finn with the
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
Exactly. I think that must have been the best, well-kept secret.
Yeah, it's just so. I get really weepy. Like I love her; she's amazing. But the more I get weepy about it, is just thinking of really like these young fangirls coming in to see this movie, like young girls watching this movie and getting like to see this girl's Jedi origin story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I just think about myself being young and just being like, oh, imagine, like, wow.
Yeah, this is what, because like was it right after? I don't remember. Right after Revenge of the Sith came out, I played a female Jedi character, and people were like, "You can't have that; they don't exist." But like,
they were in the prequels.
Yeah, they were. I know, but like, now you have this amazing character that these young girls can grow up with, young men and young women can grow up with, and
Becca actually asked me earlier. She was like, "So who's your favorite character?" And I was like, "BB-8," which isn't necessarily the truth. It was just like kind of gut reflex, because to be honest, I don't know, but it isn't. I mean, I love Rey so much. I think she is a great character. She's not my favorite one, but it's more like you said, it's about what she represents and like what. Oh my God, oh my God.
It's just like, I'm thinking like I've got like little nieces and I can buy her like literally a Rey lightsaber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I can be like, hey, do you want to pretend to be Rey?
They have costumes.
I know.
The Disney store has Rey costumes already.
I'm so happy. It's like everything I ever wanted as a young fangirl has come true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In this movie. So the question that we have here is, who is Rey? Because Steph, our admin angel, wrote an article about Rey for the Geekiary. Speculation. So what do you guys think like of her as a character, like beyond the fangirl thing, and the fact that she's just super cool?
I mean,
I know what she thinks, that I'm judging.
I don't want okay, so Steph's article, and honestly, I'm not going to go into, I don't think any of us are going to go into detail about this, but if you want to read about the big main theory about Rey right now, again, you just go to geekiary.com /tag/Star-Wars. Steph's article is going to be the first thing at the top, but it's like the origins of Rey or whatever. And the big theory right now is that she is Luke's daughter. I do not want her to be Luke's daughter. I think that's lazy writing.
I think so too. I mean, I think that I think that it's the possibility, because Star Wars tends to do that, is very incestual, and everything is about the Skywalkers, like 100%. So I sort of would forgive a little, but I would really prefer if she wasn't.
Because like at first I was like, oh, she's a Skywalker. She's totally a Skywalker. There's no way. Like there's a lot of things that point to her being a Skywalker, but I think it's also a plausibility, because like whenever we see Kylo Ren kill one of the Padawans, whatever, they're wearing that helmet. You know how like was it the first one or the second one where Obi-Wan goes in to talk to Yoda and he's like teaching them whatever, and the kids are like, like they were wearing what appeared to be those big disc helmets, and so I think that she could have just been a young Padawan who really, really is very force sensitive, and Luke really took an interest in it, and Kylo Ren recognized that, and that's the reason he hid her. But at the same time, whenever Han learned her name, he was kind of like, oh, I'm being, work on my ship, and very uncle, and I don't know.
Could be
I'm
uncle,
kind of
could be father.
Could be.
I think that kind of underestimates Han when people assume that he has to like have that connection.
Yeah.
Like,
What
I
connection?
think that Han was looking
Yeah.
for a kid, right? Because obviously he lost his kid.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
It doesn't like, I mean, I think that there's definitely like the way to read that is that, and that I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. But I think that, Han just saw her and thought, you know what, this could be my second chance,
Yeah. Because, I mean, in the extended universe, he's got a pair of twins, Jason and Jaina, and then he's got
the younger boy,
he's got
Anakin.
who is Ren. He has a son named Ben. Like, his name is actually Ben.
Kylo, yeah.
Ben. Kylo
No,
Ben.
in the I'm pretty sure in the extended universe they just have the 3 kids, but like,
wasn't his name like Anakin? They called him Ben for short or something. I don't know. Even though Ben is totally Anakin.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just call him Anakin, but like it doesn't. I mean, we know they threw out the extended universe, but it was interesting that they still had like Kylo be Han and Leia's son, and having turned to the dark side because it was Jason in the extended universe, the son that turned to the dark side for a while. I honestly stopped reading the EU when they I read maybe the first couple of Young Jedi books and then I stopped. So I didn't ever
read
actually
the whole thing, but I read the first few. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know if I ever read that storyline, to be honest. I think I just read about it online. But yeah, I mean, like we all know they're not going to have those exact 3 kids and everything. But then like you've also got the youngest one, Anakin, I think or was it Jaina? I don't know. One of them was a really good pilot mechanic, and also they were all force sensitive. So I feel like they're pulling things in, and I feel like that's why Rey kind of could be their daughter, but just not Kylo's twin.
No,
but I just
Kylo.
don't. Yeah, and because they're like 10 years apart or something. So she's his younger sister, if anything. But I just to me, Luke was always like
what I can't
asexual.
comprehend, right, is Han and Leia leaving their kid on some kind of scrap pile.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was they would not.
People accepting this as a thing.
Because they.
But how would they accept? How could Luke do that, knowing that that's what exactly? That's what was done to him. Only it's worse. It's worse for Rey because he's not even leaving her with family. He's leaving her with some freaking warlord or whatever.
Unca something. Anyway, Simon Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg's character, that alien guy. You see her holding his hand. You hear his voice.
I would love because but then you get a very, very very clear view of the ship leaving, and it's not a ship I recognize. It's not the Falcon, So I don't know. I
feel like did they who would accept that they would do that?
Maybe she just is a.
Who would accept that Luke would
kid.
do that?
I don't think Luke would do that either. I don't think they're bad people, especially especially 2 kids that grew up without parents.
Okay, so but this is like a thing though. Why is it that she has been dreaming about the island and the oceans if she's never been there? That's a question. I think this is my answer to my own question. I don't know. It's like some people are like, "Oh, she's been there. She's been there." Not necessarily. Maybe the Force is giving her an intuition. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Because in the when she has that vision thing, she sees stuff that she couldn't, and she hears Ben's voice and things, and
and then Kylo's I see you, you're all alone. You dream of a big ocean with an island or whatever. That's paraphrasing. And then she goes, and we're like, holy crap! She is driving across a giant ocean, and there's an island there. I don't know. Was it the Force guiding her? Was it something where she'd been? We don't know.
It wasn't where she'd been, because if she'd been there, then Kylo would have been there, I think.
Yeah.
So then it could have been just a Force thing that she knew. The Force was leading her. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a good chance that she'll end up to be a Skywalker because, let's be real, these movies are actually just a family drama.
Yeah.
I said it real quick before, but like to me, that's just if she's Luke's daughter, it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna complain about it too much, other than saying that it's lazy writing because it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, like I always saw him as this sort of like asexual, and it wasn't. This was before. This is before we even knew about the Jedi Code thing. Really, I mean, it was like while I was reading the extended universe, you know, he falls in love with a girl who's trapped in a computer. No, there's something before that. He falls in love with some girl who's trapped in a computer, and then they put her mind in a human body, and I think she becomes like a Sith, or she goes to the dark side. And then later he marries Mara, but it really is kind of like oh God, we've been hanging out together for like decades, and like we're getting old, and maybe we should just like marry each other because we can stand each other at least. Like that's what it always felt like with him and Mara.
That is what they said in I don't even remember if it was you that said it or if it was. I think it was you that said it.
It could have been something I read on a wiki, to be honest. But like that was always my kind of like picture of him, was that he's this like asexual being, and for him to have a daughter, it's like, why does he have a daughter? Who the hell was her mother? Where's her mother gone? Why was she okay?
Yes.
None of these things.
See, the thing is, right, if he's got a daughter, right, then there's some girl that's been fridged for the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Please don't do that, J.J. Abrams. You're doing so well.
He's directing the next one.
Shush. I know. But shush.
That's fine. I trust, you know, I don't think that it's like, I think it's, you know, everybody involved. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
moving on, I wanted to, the other day, Mary Sue was trending on Twitter because there was a couple of fanboys that were saying that Rey is a Mary Sue.
What is their reasoning for this?
Well, the reasoning is what it always is. She's a girl that's good at things.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Poke me in the eye.
Sorry, I get it. You're super passionate and super drunk, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, do you think she is? Because like my gut reaction is absolutely not.
No, I mean, well, I don't necessarily think that being a Mary Sue is a bad thing, because I think like the general descriptors of Mary Sue like basically describe pretty much every like chosen one hero.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see, like, if you look at those tropes, like the chosen one trope, then she definitely kind of follows a few of those, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like if you compare the last big character that everybody was like heaping like junk on about being a Mary Sue is Daenerys, probably, at least in the fandoms that I follow. Yeah. And it's like Daenerys annoys me. But I don't know. So this is a bad comparison, but like, no, I mean, I was a little bit concerned, you know, when she got so easily like kidnapped by Kylo, and you know,
she wasn't expecting it though. Like it caught her.
No. It wasn't her failing. It wasn't about her failing to do something. It was like he got her so easily, and then Finn and Han were like, "We're gonna go rescue her." And I was like, "Oh God, please don't let this be another Leia." Like Leia's great.
But then she rescued herself, really.
Well, yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In the end, they didn't matter. Like if anything, she was like as much help to them as anything else. Like they did more to, you know, get rid of the shields or whatever on Starkiller. But no, yeah, I mean, I
just hate the way that people use Mary Sue as a like fanboys especially use Mary Sue as like an insult for any female character. Yeah. And I'm like, look, for starters, like the idea of like that character that is self-insert in fan fiction, which is where the term comes from. That's annoying, but at the same time, most girls go through that stage, and that character, that Mary Sue, is super important to female writers, right? And she's basically every single first novel by a dude ever.
True.
You know, like this lead character is a better version of myself. Like that I just hate it. I hate when people, and it pissed me off that people did this with this, because I don't think she was, and I think she was amazing.
No, yeah, and like I said, like I don't. She certainly wasn't. She wasn't even my favorite character, but like I loved her. You know.
Yeah. No, I will probably get angry with a lot more people over the holiday season that suggest this about her, and they will.
I can add that to my Mary Sue apologist Bingo card. I had my Sansa rape apologist. So we can play Ray Sue.
Ray Sue.
Yeah, Ray Sue. Bingo. Be like, you don't like Ray?
We have a different one for like everything that they're complaining about for Ray, which is exactly the same as Luke.
Yeah.
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 And to be honest, she was actually a lot less annoying.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my God.
Surprisingly.
So much less whiny.
I really like her. Like at first I was kind of like, eh. But then like as the story went on, I was like, okay, she's definitely growing on me. And by the end I was just like, baby. This is my child.
I will. I want to talk about Phasma.
Phasma. I'm also on the Phasma trash train.
Yes,
I'm all about Phasma.
Right now, she's just Boba Fett.
Yeah.
In a trash compactor, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, right now she's Boba Fett. She looked really cool and had like a few good lines, and that was, like she really didn't play a big part. But I've already been told she survives. So
Really,
they've already said it in like several.
I'm pretty sure she does.
She plays a big part in the trilogy or whatever.
I'm so excited right now because nothing is more excitable than Disco Trooper.
I like her because she's going to be like the cosplay of the fave.
Yeah.
And I like her that she's going to be the Boba Fett, this like secondary character that, like maybe they don't do heaps, but they're cool and everyone likes to like have crazy headcanons about where they came from and why they're there and what they're doing, and everyone has an idea about it, and it's a girl. So like I like that she's got that role, and that role is a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we'd seen more of her. I hope we'll see more of her in future episodes than we did in this one. I don't want her to just be another Boba Fett. I would like her to be like a more legit bad guy. I thought she would be one in this, but we got more of obviously Kylo Ren, and then of course General Hux. So
Bill Weasley.
So creepy. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure she survived and is going to be in future movies, and hopefully we will see more of her.
She could be. I mean, we're obviously like there was a lot of room, and most characters didn't really get fleshed out that much, and they focused mainly on Rey and Finn, which was good. I liked that because they got a good setup. Speaking of those characters, who is Force sensitive?
People keep arguing with me. I kind of think Finn maybe, because like if all the stormtroopers, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And if he is, I don't think he's like he's not Rey level, obviously. But like one of the things I said was, he fought Kylo Ren pretty well with that lightsaber. And it was like, he's been taught in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
But that's still not fighting a at least partially trained Jedi with a lightsaber. Like, give me a break here. But
and he did get knocked out pretty soon, but that's good. Like, that's believable,
I don't think it was even pretty soon. He fought for like a while.
Yeah.
But regardless, like also he broke through this apparent like brainwashing, not once but twice, because Phasma said that they like reset him or whatever.
Well, he was supposed to go, but he didn't.
But they didn't. They tested him and they said he was okay, so they didn't
Oh, they didn't? I thought she said they did.
Said report to reconditioning, and so they tested him and nothing showed up unusual. Is that what they said?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because they were like FN 1287, 2187.
But regardless,
I think that there's hints there that he is, and I agree with you, but I hope that he isn't. Like, I know it's weird, but like the only person that was like Force that actually got to be a Jedi in the original trilogy was Luke. And I'd really like it if the only person in this one was Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but Leia was Force. It wasn't as Force sensitive too. Right. And maybe that's kind of the way they're going with Finn, and it'll, even though him and Rey aren't brother and sister, that would actually kind of be nice too, that they just end up having a brother-sister relationship.
Because everybody's like male, female, now kiss.
I didn't feel any sort of like chemistry.
To be fair, I'm OT3ing all three of them.
Oh, and Poe.
Oh yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
drawing the pictures. I've already been reading Captain Phasma fanfic, and I am on board. But no, there's an OT3 for him. Yeah,
For
Poe,
Finn,
and Rey. Yeah. They're all sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% here for that. I mean, generally, although I'm actually like, I think high key Finn Poe more than OT3.
Yeah.
No, but I read this like the comparisons between the characters and how like Finn is the rogue and Poe is the rebel and Rey is the Jedi, which means that like Finn is Han, Poe is Leia, and Rey is Luke.
I thought it was the other way around, that Finn was.
Oh no,
Leia.
I actually no, I mean I drew the parallel between Finn and Han.
Oh
in
yeah,
my
I felt like they
review,
because
just
they're
because
both
that's
like
how it felt to me.
two guys that are trying to save their own skin, right? They're not heroes, and they end up being heroes because they fall in love with a girl, essentially.
That could be interesting.
Well, I think I think he fell in love with Poe because he rescued
That's what
him,
I'm saying.
right? And then when they got back together, they were like running at each other and hugging, and then Poe was like, "You look really good in my jacket." So,
You know what look even better? What would that jacket look
on
even
my
better?
floor,
On
yeah.
my floor.
essentially, that is what was happening. I reckon, like when they got home, they had some pretty good "Thank God We're Alive" sex. I'm gonna read all of the fan fiction about it.
There's a lot that's coming in, you guys, and some of it's really good.
To be honest, like I guess I drew that conclusion of like Poe as Leia and Rey as Luke and Finn as Han, and it like the first time I watched it, I didn't see like the Leia Han Finn Poe thing as being like this one and the same. But today when I watched it, I was like, oh yeah. And I'm not saying I'm like going to ship it or whatever, but I recognize it. And to be honest, like I think it could go either way. But maybe it would be kind of, it's like part of me is like, oh, it'd be really, really, really cool if they did that. And then another part of me is like, please don't parallel the original story too much. But I guess that, and I don't even want to say that would be enough of a change because at this point it shouldn't matter. I don't know. There's a lot of things about this movie I'm torn about, but none of them are bad.
No. I mean, I talk to people and I'm like, look, I could sit here and break it down and tell you what's wrong with this movie if I wanted to, but there's so much right that I don't want to.
Well, I watched the CinemaSins for the first 6 movies, like the originals and the prequels, like leading up to watching. Actually, I'm sorry. I watched the prequels each had 2 CinemaSin videos because that's how bad they were. Like 2 15 to 20 minute videos. So I watched all but the episode 6 ones, which I watched right after I went to see Force Awakens. And it's like watching all those and seeing all the things wrong and seeing like there are things that they pointed out that were wrong in both the originals and the prequels that are kind of like, you guys are just trying too hard. This isn't even funny. Like,
yeah.
This is too much. You didn't really need to add like a sin for this. But watching all of those and then watching this movie, it's like, yeah, there are things wrong with it. I completely recognize that. But instead, I'm going to be like, because like, it's Star Wars and it's new Star Wars and we weren't ever supposed to get this and it's so much better than the prequels.
And I'm so glad it came out in our lifetime.
I can't believe, like, you know, you can sit here and go, look, there's like, yes, they played it safe and yes, they paralleled a little too much occasionally, but like, it was a good movie. Like, I don't think anyone would say that it was a bad movie. Like,
I haven't heard. I think I had one friend say that like he's like, I'm glad you liked it. I wasn't really all that into it, but that was like the worst thing I've heard, and that was one person.
I haven't heard anybody who said it. Either they haven't seen Star Wars at all, or they loved it. Like,
and to be honest, it's kind of a great movie to like introduce people. I was trying to get my sister to let me take my niece and nephew to see it when I went today, but they were sick. So I'm like, fine, they're sick now. I'm taking them later this week. You think this isn't happening? This is happening. But So anyway, do we think Poe is force sensitive? Because I don't think he is. I think he's just like
I don't
Wedge
think he is.
Antilles.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's going to
also-
be Wedge Antilles, but like more, you know, like they could and should have done more with Wedge in the original trilogy, but they didn't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I
So I
like,
think he's
I like him because I like the idea that he's just really good pilot because he works bloody hard.
yeah. And also has an awesome droid who loves him super much.
Yes.
Yes.
There's my
Because
that's
he's
my
so
OTP.
lovable. I saw him for like 30
TBH.
seconds. He didn't even have that much time in the movie, and I was like, yes, I would follow you to the other side of the universe as well.
Who? Poe?
Poe.
Yeah.
I would be
I
a
mean,
BB-8.
That has a lot to do with the fact that Oscar Isaac is just super hard, but
Agreed.
I don't know. He doesn't. I don't find him like all that attractive. I think he's awesome. I don't know.
Who's really good in as King John in the Robin Hood with Russell Crowe?
Oh gosh.
Very,
I saw
very
that
excellent.
once a very long
I've not
time
seen that
ago.
because it's a Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. But
You do want to or you don't want to?
I don't want to.
You're wrong.
He doesn't like Russell Crowe. He's the
Oh, I'm
worst.
sorry. Kate Blanchett's in it. Does that redeem it?
I guess.
Speaking of people who are in other things, so Donald Gleason, who's Bill Weasley, is in this, and he's like,
Space Hitler.
yeah, Space Hitler is the
Hitler.
comparison I'm seeing, and he's like, I honestly was like, I didn't even recognize him, and when I came home and looked him up, I was like, why is that name so? Oh no,
Yeah.
Bill Weasley, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Your parents
But
did
he's-
not raise you this way.
He was good in it though. Like he was really
Yes, he was good.
good. I was shocked that he
Creepy.
went from like
Creepy.
kind of nobody to like really creepy.
I mean, he did Ex Machina with Oscar Isaac. Actually, was also in that.
Yeah.
And, Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
Would recommend.
Okay.
So anyway, we've got like fun. The Force Awakens cast is amazing.
Sorry, yeah, no, they are. Before the movie
Yeah.
even went in, I was like, I don't even care if this movie sucks because the
Mhm.
press tour for it has just been so amazing.
Like how John Boyega is such a Star Wars fan, and just like the way he flipped
how
out
he's
when
like,
he saw
Harrison
himself.
Ford is my best friend, and I'm like, oh my god, same.
So
He is
cute.
adorable, and I had no idea. This is gonna sound really dumb. I had no idea that he was English at all. Like he was British. I did not know.
I didn't either.
And then I listened to him talk, and I was like, "Wow, okay." Like,
if I'd never seen like the YouTube videos or whatever, Vimeos or whatever they were of him reacting to himself being in Star Wars, I
wait,
never.
where
would've
are
known.
they? Is it actually a film of him watching Star Wars and his?
It's
face?
like him watching one of the trailers or something.
Yeah.
I think.
oh, precious baby. Okay, I have to watch.
Everything that he does. I'm so happy that he exists and that he's in our lives now, and I will
Mhm.
forever thank Star Wars for that because I just love him. I want to be friends with him. I want to hang out with him.
Exactly,
I
yeah,
want to buy
he
him like 1,000 shots, man. I hope he never pays for a drink in his life ever again.
Yeah.
Seriously, no, yeah, he was great. Finn was great. Like, yeah. And there were a lot of cameos. Like we
Oh,
mentioned Daniel Craig being that one stormtrooper earlier, and then there were some. One of the things I recognize the kid who plays Jojen
Mm-hmm.
was on the bridge.
Thomas Brody Sangster.
Yeah, was on the bridge when Poe and Finn are trying to escape, and then like Nemirius, the girl who plays Nemirius Sand, she is one of the pilots, one of the X-Fighter pilots that's under Poe.
Was she really?
The
Oh.
female one, yeah. And then Carrie Fisher's daughter is kind of in the background a bunch of it, and
She
there's
actually
this
has a line too.
one of the things I wrote in our like document is that guy from Lost / Heroes, because I didn't know his name and I had to look it up, and it's Greg Grunberg. He's like the white guy with the beard, a little bit heavier set, and then the other guy from Lost who is Miles in Lost. So J.J. Abrams apparently is still BFFs with these guys because they're in Star Wars now.
Yeah.
After having like minimal roles in TV shows years and years ago. And then like they took Alec Guinness's voice and somehow edited it to be able to say Rey, which was kind of cool.
He passed away, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like 15 years ago or something. It was a long
Wow.
time ago. But
No, that
the
was,
one thing
yeah.
the one thing I was like,
liked the cameos because there was heaps of them, but they weren't like cameos.
Yeah.
yeah,
They were just, yeah.
Do you know, like,
Yeah,
in
they were-
cameos in movies where that person walks into the frame and then says something, it's like, hey, I'm a cameo, and then walks
Yeah.
out.
yeah, cameo is probably a bad word. It's just like
Yeah.
they
No,
are
no,
in
no,
this
yeah.
film, whatever. I do hope not. She was obviously nowhere near the realm of cameo, but I hope we see more of Maz.
Yes.
I that was really great. I mean, we didn't see her die.
Her
So,
voice just
Lupita.
like, yes,
Yeah.
Lupita.
Yum,
She
yum.
just talk to me, please. Just read me bedtime stories. I don't care.
She was great. Yeah, she was
She
like so
actually
cool.
Yeah.
So I hope we see more of her. I with all these like random cameos and the fact that they brought back like Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill a little tiny bit at the end, and obviously the usual ones like Anthony Daniels and Peter Mayhew and Warwick Davis. They were all in like the prequels anyway. But like the one thing that I was like, I'm still wondering about is why they created an entirely new character to be the person who gave the piece of the map to Poe. Like the Luke. Here's the Luke Skywalker like Tom right here.
Mhm.
Garmin your way to Luke Skywalker, but it's just some random guy who's like he was created just for this series.
Was that Peter O'Toole?
No, it was Max
Somebody
von
else.
Sydow.
Hmm.
And
That's right. I looked.
but
him up.
I totally forgot about him really quickly.
yeah, and I mean, when I'm watching the movie, I'm like, am I supposed to know who this is? And I'm listening for a name, and nothing's coming up. And finally, when I got home, I looked it up, and it's a new character that they created like for this series. But the way they were all talking about it and treating it was as if it was someone we should know.
Yeah.
Kind of, and like, come on, they couldn't have gotten like Wedge or like.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
what
know,
would
like
Wedge is not like
Crix-
deep and
Crix
mysterious, like
Nadine.
crazy dude in the desert enough to have like Luke's map.
Mysterious crazy dude.
I guess, but like they acted like he was somebody insanely important from the past.
Well,
so like
maybe
either they're going to
he
give us
is.
more
Maybe
later.
we don't know yet. Maybe he will become a significant because obviously, how did he get the piece of the map to Luke?
That's true. To be honest, he could be in the very next movie. He could be in Rogue One.
How do you got a piece of the map? Maybe Ray had it. I mean, sorry.
I think we're just so used to connecting everybody to everyone else that we're not used to having a character that's just
and
not
J.J.
related
Abrams is
to
gonna
them.
be like,
I think for me it was more like they brought all these people back. Why did they create this entirely new character just for something so important too? But maybe we'll learn more.
Maybe
I actually hadn't really.
I thought that, like, because it was the opening scene and it was such, like, I mean, I think if it had been like a character that was really recognizable from the original trilogy, then that would have been a little bit alienating for the story. Like, I mean, I really liked that opening like sequence and stuff, and the first like didn't really have the characters, that they were all new characters, and we were just being introduced to this new story, as opposed. Because, like, yeah, I think, and they brought the other characters in later on as, like, kind of complementary to the story that they're telling with the new characters. I think, yeah, I mean, I understand why you would want that, but I think that, yeah, if it had been someone from the old series, that would have been a little bit daunting for the start of the movie.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I and it's like when I say I'm like about it, it's not like I said, I love this movie. It was awesome. It was awesome the second time I saw it. I'll probably go see it a third time in the theater. The complaints I have are like, they're not even complaints. They're just like observances of things that I wish could have been better or different. I walked out of that film on Thursday and I came home. I couldn't sit still for like 2 hours. I paced like in my kitchen. I paced in my living room. My dogs were like following me, especially Rigby, my male dog. He was like following me around, like really worried about me. And I was like, I'm okay. But also I'm just pacing and thinking and pacing and thinking and
Yeah,
pacing.
you didn't sit down for like what, 2 hours you set up?
It was almost 2 hours. Yeah, it was a long time. So I was just excited.
I feel the same way. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning and I could not sleep.
Oh yeah, I went to bed at about 3 or 3:30 that night because I was up for 2 hours pacing, then writing my then I did something else. I did something else for a while. I was
Drink.
That may have been it. I did something because it was another like hour or so before I started writing my review, because I think I was watching things online or something because I needed to like calm myself down. And then I wrote my review, and then I was like still up for like another half an hour or so, hour after that. Like it was, I was so excited. Like, and apparently I heard, and I don't know if this is true because I haven't like triple checked it, but apparently the next one's actually coming out in May 2017. So it's actually like a year and a half.
Ooh, yeah, she says, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want them to rush it, but at the same time, I want more. I'm so demanding, and then I'm not. I want things to take time and be like really well made and be like the perfect movie, but I want it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I like how our closing argument, it's not even, let's never end this. Let's talk about The Force Awakens forever.
I love how she's like highlighting and highlighting.
That's me.
So do we have any closing thoughts? Anybody?
Yay, Captain Phasma!
Just yay, everything. I'm just so insanely happy that it was good and that it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, I am too. Like, it's like writing that review was so difficult because I wanted to be, there were things about it that I was like, okay, this isn't the greatest. I question this. But yeah, the music was kind of meh. And watching it the second time, I kept hoping I was wrong, but no, I wasn't. The music was average.
Yeah, it wasn't the best score.
Like, I mean, as music goes, it was great, but as Star Wars music goes, it was average.
Yeah, when the score is so phenomenal and such a significant part of the original trilogy, it's like...
I mean, they wove a little tiny bit of Luke's theme into Rey's theme. Little tiny bit. And I mean, which is fine, because it's a similar, her discovering the Force and whatever. Like, it makes sense.
And it's also, it was like causing people to be like, oh my gosh, she looks sadder. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, the music wasn't horrible. It just wasn't like what I was. It wasn't. It didn't move me the way Star Wars music. Like, there is music in the prequels that moves me, especially like Duel of Fates and Phantom Menace, and especially like the whole and basically all the music for the last like half hour or more of Revenge of the Sith is like.
I like Cross the Stars. Not gonna lie.
But yeah. So I mean, like, regardless, it's like you said, I'm just happy.
I don't think I've stopped smiling for like 4 days. I'm just like
certainly not at any moment I have thought about Star Wars in the past 4 or 5 days. I have not stopped smiling.
I'm just like, oh, things are shit, and then I'm like, Star Wars though. Oh yeah,
that was me today. I was like, things are shit. I don't want to get out of bed. Oh, but I can go see Star Wars again. I can do that. Okay, I'm getting out of bed.
So J.J. Abrams, you have given us joy.
Yes, at Christmas, you single-handedly saved Christmas.
Yeah, single-handedly saved Christmas. He's like the
Grinch,
the opposite of the Grinch.
Santa
I don't
Claus?
even know what is it Santa Claus?
No, who saved Christmas? Rudolph.
Yeah,
Rudolph saved Christmas. J.J. Abrams. Rudolph. J.J. the Red-Nosed Director. I've been drinking too much.
He probably is, though. I haven't looked at a picture of J.J. Abrams in a long time.
Have you ever seen J.J. and Rudolph in the same room?
J.J. and who?
Rudolph.
Oh
no. So did we want to like throw in a Star Wars question at the end? I'm not good at the questions.
I can't think of anything.
Did you guys like it as much as we did? I don't know. That was dumb. I'm sorry.
Well, no, the question is normally like something we all answer. Becca's not usually on the webcast, so she doesn't know.
My bad.
I don't know. Well, so end all be all. And Vaughn, if you don't mind, we'll start with you. Favorite character in this movie?
See, that's so hard.
I know.
I think
I didn't want to go first.
I think overall it's probably Ray, but
Okay.
I'm like pretty into the OT3, like the core 3 characters as a unit. Like I really liked Ray and Finn together, and like the way they played off each other and that kind of thing.
Becca, I know who you're gonna say.
I mean, okay. I really do like Ray, but Captain Phasma all the way. I don't know. Something about her shiny disco suit captured my heart.
Disco Trooper, yes.
Yeah, Disco Trooper. Yeah.
I gotta go with my original like gut feeling that my favorite character is BB-8.
No.
Which is like my favorite character in the original series when I first watched it was Luke for a long time, and that changed over a period of time. So I'm sure this will too, as the trilogy continues and there's more characters.
Mine's always been Obi-Wan.
But
how much you like Obi-Wan?
You know what? You shut your mouth. I was little, okay? I liked Obi-Wan. Of course, I liked Leia.
Yeah. No,
And I really
like
like C-3PO. You said you liked Obi-Wan?
What? No, I didn't. I was always a Han girl, so.
Well, I mean, I liked him in the first one. No, that's a lie. That's dirty lies what I just told. I was in love with Hayden Christensen for so long. You don't even understand.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was totally in love with him. I had posters of him on my wall.
Yes, me too. I had this giant Star Wars Attack of the Clones book, and I used to read it every single night before bed. And I used to be like, "Oh, Hayden Christensen, if you're watching this, don't be freaked out." But I was like, "Oh, woo," like it. I was a big fan of him.
You can freak out. Like, I'm pretty sure I just used to dream about being married to you, like, every day. Hayden Christensen, are you watching this? I'm pretty sure you are. You probably are. You just watch random Star Wars podcasts.
Literally the only, oh gosh, he was so cute, but like the only reason I liked him was because I'd seen him in other movies, namely Shattered Glass, in which he is amazing.
Yeah, no, he's good in that. I think I saw every single movie he was in because I was in love with him.
Yes, yes. I remember sitting through Jumper and being like, but like, I can't.
The movie is so good.
No.
See, the things we do for actors we like, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, I gotta go with BB-8 for right now.
Yeah,
like I really like Finn. I really love Ray. I really like Poe. I don't think I know enough about Poe, especially I think he would probably be my favorite if I knew a bit more about him.
Yeah, no, I think like you didn't get as much as him, but I liked what we got, and I feel like he's got a lot of potential, and I'm glad they didn't kill him.
But we should definitely tweet about this and ask people who their favorite characters were, because maybe somebody can sway me away from BB-8, but they'd probably have to have a little lighter that they pop out of their stomach.
Oh, well, then you've come to the right place.
Well, that's me every day. Lighters pop out of everything.
What'd you say?
That's her everyday lighter.
A cigarette.
That's like, I'll go like 3 days not being able to find a single lighter anywhere, and then I'll find like 6. So I guess that's kind of me too. Maybe that's why I am in tune with BB-8. So,
lighter on demand.
Anyway, Vaughn, do you want to do our little outro?
Yeah. Hang on. I am Vaughn, and I'm here along with, I've cut out Tara's name, but Tara. And I'll
it says I'm Vaughn along with Vaughn.
Anyway, thank you again for joining us for Feelings with the Geekiary. Remember, we are a free webcast run off donations from viewers like you. So thank you for contributing to our host site, the Geekiary, and we will see you in January.
Which is like 2 weeks away.
Yay!
2.5 weeks.
Don't talk about it. No.
It's like Thursday the 7th.
Bye.
Bye.